In the twilight of Earth's great civilizations, we were chosen. Some were selected for their skills. Others
Sorry about that, everybody. We had some technical difficulties, but we are now officially go. So, yep, 7 panes, woot. I officially see things. Sorry about all of that. I don't know why the heck everything stopped working all of a sudden. But we're ready to get going. So this is I'm Kat Bailey with US Gamer. This is Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth, which is coming out soon, I guess. I don't know, but the reviews are due to go up in a couple days. I've been playing a whole bunch of it, and I thought that this would be a good time to give some basics. Before we get started, could people tell me if they can hear me talking? Okay, perfect. I appear to be heard. So let's get going. So we're going to play single player. We're going to set up a game really quickly. I've been playing largely on this level, Vostok, which is moderate. I like quick personally. It says small, but small is actually 6 players, so it's not actually that small. So when you get started, instead of having to pick a regular civilization, you have to designate a sponsor, which is kind of like picking race. So looking through the various sponsors, the ones that I really like, Pan-Asian Cooperative, get 10% production toward wonders, which is obviously very good. Franco-Iberia, you get one technology. You're probably going to get only a couple of free technologies, but those are late in the game, so that they're very useful in that regard. Polystralia, which is an awesome name. Brasilia, if you want to have a lot of strength. I'm just going to go with the Pan-Asian Cooperative for now because in my opinion, they're the best place. Continuing onwards, so then you can choose some colonists, and obviously science is very good, but I actually prefer I would probably go with artists in this case because the virtues that you get from generating culture are very good. They provide a lot of different boosts, and your cities get very unhealthy very fast as you play the game, and if your cities are unhealthy, that hurts your production. So in general, I try to have as much health as humanly possible, and I can generate science in other ways. And finally, when you're choosing your spacecraft, I usually like to go with life form sensor because aliens are a big deal in this game, especially compared to normal civilization. If you get put into the middle of a lot of alien nests, you could have a lot of trouble early on, and it kind of dictates your playstyle. Also, unlike in regular civilization, aliens are an issue throughout pretty much the entire game because they can swarm your trade routes. They will regenerate their nests. They're generally just kind of a pain. So it helps to know where they are so that you can deal with them before they start swarming you. And okay, and cargo. So I like to begin with a worker because it makes things go a little faster with improving the tiles. And I'm going to go with Protean because I don't like using naval units all that much. So here we go, civilization. Like again said, sorry about the wait, but at least we got going. For background, I actually got my start with Civilization 5,
Hello,
so I'm
I'm
not
the Advanced Integration and
super
Simulation.
familiar with the original civilizations before that, but I did enjoy the later expansion packs of Civilization 5 while acknowledging some of their flaws. In any case, so let's get going. Interesting starting positions. Yeah, let's start right here. So this here will give me some extra growth and some production, so let's go with that. Oh, well that was smart. I just landed on top of the thing, so off to a good start. In any case, so here's your worker. First thing you want to do, start improving your tiles. Have your explorer. Explorers are very important. Yep, I'm surrounded by alien nests. So there are 1, 2, 3 right here, and 2 over here. Now, alien nests can be useful in that they are actually a resource as well. Once you get to the point that you can start improving them, you will be able to get special strategic resources from them, but it takes a bit to develop that. So because I'm surrounded by alien nests, I'm actually going to go for harmony, and I'm going to start building fences around my city, because I definitely don't want to be completely overwhelmed, because in the early going especially, there are monsters called siege worms. You can see an alien right here. There are monsters called siege worms, which are pretty much impossible to kill with the basic units. And if they get loose in your area, they will destroy all of your improvements, kill your trade routes, and just generally be a complete pain. So in that case, you have to be very careful. Conversely, a siege worm can really wreak a lot of havoc. So going into the tech web here, it's actually pretty confusing. But so you can see you can see that you basically have a ring of early technologies that you want to go for. So some of the early ones that are worth noting, computers, which will give you a missile rover if you want to attack things early, pretty important for being able to take down cities. A wonder that you definitely want to aim for is the Stellar Codex, which will give you extra science and plus additional production on your orbital units. And I think that the Stellar Codex is a unique wonder, so if you don't build it first, somebody else will build it. Another good wonder to target is the Ectogenesis pod, which will give you extra food and extra production and keep your cities growing. And then in terms of improvable tiles, one thing that I like to go after is cognition, because it'll give you extra science. Now, another thing worth noting is that in Civilization Beyond Earth, one of the newer things about it is that you have these affinities, okay? So you have supremacy, which is basically you're turning your race into cyborgs. You have harmony, which will become one with the earth, and you have purity, which is I'm just going to be human. By and large, I prefer in this instance to probably target harmony, because I've got aliens all over the place, and harmony will help me to kind of be able to avoid them. And you can build up your affinities by researching certain technologies, or by completing certain quests, which is what I'll get to in a moment. So, the first thing I'm going to start with is chemistry. I think, yeah. Actually, genetics. I'm going to start with genetics because you get this Pharmalab, which will help your health, early on, and your crypto nursery, which will give your health, food, and science. So that's one thing to go for. As for production, I'm going to build a soldier so that I can start moving around. And of course, it's important to have your explorer moving around the map, looking around. Oh, here's our first person. Great. Yes, so much tech.
Sputnik, Slawiańska
Macron
Federacja
Hume says so
pozdrawiaje
much
cię.
tech. There is indeed a lot of tech to find in this game. You go through it pretty quickly. So here we have the Slavic guy. My first impression was that he's a warmonger, but he got pissed off when I declared war on him in my other game. I don't know why. Strange. Okay, so that's a coast. Another thing that you have to keep in mind when you're playing this, you see this green stuff, it's called miasma, and it will actually hurt your units. So it's generally good to clean it off early. Next turn. Turn 3. I like to build a generator here. So one thing that I'm looking for with my explorers, I'm looking for resource pods. Yep, they're the aliens. They're hanging out with me. They want to make my life difficult. Luckily, they usually avoid explorers. So one thing I'm looking for is resource pods. They're kind of like wonders in the previous games, and they will give you, various things. They'll trigger quests. They will give you research. They will sometimes, if you're really lucky, give you a free affinity. I'm also looking for... Okay, so that's a resource right here, the ugly bug things.
You have a new quest available. Throughout the game, your actions will trigger different
Riffle
quests
asked,
that can unlock
did any of
bonuses
you
for your
people play Endless Space?
Open
The
the
tech tree
quest
looks so
log
similar
to see
visually.
what's available.
I did actually play Endless Space, and I enjoyed it, though it was pretty addictive at the end, though I don't think the AI was all that great. So so here we go. First, here's an expedition right here. And that's really good to have. So, virtues. So, we've unlocked our first virtue. Science is a good thing, obviously, especially right now, and production. I'm going to go with science because I want to be able to get my economy and everything up and running ASAP.
You have discovered.
So, I've discovered a neutral station. They serve as kind of like city-states in Civilization 5. They will give you quests like go and kill a rival or something, and will give you additional things. You can trade with them. Trading is quite important in this game. One thing that is worth noting is that the victories in this game, I'm not sure if I can actually show the victories, but they are really science focused, so in general you want to focus on that. So okay, so our first quest decision. It's clear that the indigenous species of this planet may pose a threat to our growth. Alright, so I'm gonna hit domesticate wildlife because that'll put me more toward the harmony end of the spectrum, which will mean that I can kind of make peace with the aliens and I don't have to kill them. Still growing. Gonna build a generator for some money. And I can get a clinic now because I have my first soldier. And I am going to start exploring around with the soldier. I'm going to start up my expedition here. Crimson 1287 asks, is there a demo for Endless Space? I don't think so, but it's certainly worth checking out. It should be pretty cheap on... It should be pretty cheap on Steam at this point.
Your explorer has discovered something wonderful.
Excellent. So I got an alien skeleton. And I hope this manticore doesn't kill me. So after many fruitless months, I got an alien skeleton. Oh, so I have an alien manticore under my control. Sweet. I've never had this happen before. Okay, so I've got aliens. Too bad manticores aren't very good. 7 Pains asks, does this future-oriented civilization have giant robots? Because all futures need Gundams. Why, yes, it does have Gundams. Good, nice of you to ask. Or at least they have battle suits. I've also been able to unlock Terminators, which is pretty rad. Hey, why can't you move? Okay, so here's something that's really useful. It's called Firaxite. And Firaxite's great because it, especially if you're going for the supremacy, route, affiliation, Firaxite is needed for a lot of your units. But since we're going Harmony, we're actually going to go for Xenomass, which, as I mentioned, is the alien nest right here. So we're going to keep developing our virtues. So more culture. I actually like to go with might early because then I can get my units leveling up faster. Next turn. So we're already up to turn 10. We're getting off to a pretty okay start. At least nothing bad has happened yet. Ah, here's a resource pad right here, so that's useful. And my Manticore cannot do anything for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with my Manticore. Okay. So looking at my quests are actually quite important. It wants me to research pioneering, which is something that will have to happen relatively soon. And another thing is, if I want to continue a quest line, I'm going to want to build an alien preserve, which comes up a little later. That will probably not happen until I have my second city. Rad. Okay, so I got another virtue. Sweet. At this point, I like to do production. I'm probably going to continue down the knowledge tree, but I usually get these 3 to start because they're all useful to have. 7 Pains. I don't know what's wrong with my Manticore is a phrase I want to hear in my life. Thanks, 7 Pains. I kind of agree. Alright, continuing on. Just gonna keep moving here. Almost have our first technology finished. Hey, my Manticore can do stuff. Good for my Manticore. Was it being hurt by miasma? That makes no damn sense. If you weren't here before... Oh, did I discover another resource pod? Yeah, resource pod. Woo! Actually, I should probably head my Explorer back because one thing is the Explorer... You have these expedition modules, and if I discover an expedition and I don't have a module, then I can't use that module, so...
You go to war
Hooray,
with the
I have
soldiers.
genetics. So now I can build a crypto nursery very soon. Going to continue. So next I'm going to go for pioneering because it's useful to get a second city up as quickly as possible, and that will give me colonies. It's worth mentioning. Yeah, here's another expedition. Okay, so that's useful to know. It's useful to have a second city relatively... jeez, I'm such an idiot. Okay. Usually I build a second soldier here, though in this case I think I'm going to go with the crypto nursery because the crypto nursery gives me extra health and extra research. So it'll take about 14 turns to complete. I am Spook Mom. How are you playing this game? I am playing this game because I am reviewing this game.
Let's go.
wild weather. Is it any good so far?
Greet you.
Wait for my review on Thursday, and I'll give you some thoughts. You can find the review on US Gamer, which is the host for this site. Let's see. So, in case you missed it, I am basically giving some helpful tips for getting started early. As you can see, I went for genetics early so that I could get a crypto nursery, which gives me extra science and health. And now I'm going for pioneering, which will give me my trade stuff and my colonies so that I can build up. Quest decision. Okay, who do I want? Which station do I want? Energy or culture? Energy or culture? I think I'm going to go with energy in this case, because energy is basically money, and you don't necessarily want to... Oh, and it's quite close as well, so that's very useful. Oh, aliens. So, I don't usually like to attack aliens straight up. I like to have them come at me, because otherwise it can get a little dicey, and I'd rather not lose a soldier. And we just had our potential rival
The
land
temple
nearby.
doors of the Protectorate
Luckily,
are open.
she is quite passive. She's basically Gandhi in this version, so she's not going to cause me a lot of trouble. And we have another. Geez, all the rivals are starting to show up now.
El pueblo
South
unido de
America.
Sudamérica le da la bienvenida.
South America is quite a good one. So I'm about to get my research pad back. I'm about to have pioneering. I may end up just buying a settler. So that I can get the colony early. So pioneering's done. Since I am surrounded by aliens, it might be good to build an ultrasonic fence. Conversely, this will give me a lot more production and science. But I'm going to go with physics, because then I can start building rangers, which are the equivalent of archers in this version. Rangers are really good. I usually like to have a couple of soldiers and a couple of rangers to start with. Alright, so we got another exploration module, and we can head up and start getting a progenitor rune. And Mr. Alien here, Mr. Manticore here, can come back. Stupid alien. New station discovered. Veterancy gained. Always go for veterancy. Do not try and heal yourself. It's easier. It's better to just level up your character. Skewer 13. Wasn't Gandhi famous for nuking in Civ? That's true. Gandhi was kind of an insane maniac in certain versions of Civ, wasn't he? He was supposed to be peaceful, though, I thought. Another virtue. Hooray! So I'm gonna go for earn 20 science for finishing expeditions. More science! More science! And we're another resource pod, so we're doing okay on that front. Give me my resource pod. I guess manticores can't fortify for some reason. So we're about 3 turns away from finishing physics. 6 turns away from finishing a cyto nursery. Sorry, I was calling it a crypto nursery. So checking colonists costs about 470 to build a colonist. So after I build my Cyto nursery, I'm going to build a pioneer so that I can establish my second city. Ooh, nice nursery. Oh shoot. Okay, so this is a siege worm, and siege worms are kind of jerks. They will totally annihilate pretty much anything. If they come into your city, they are real pain, and unfortunately I do not have any any means to stop the aliens at this point. The only thing that you can really do is just to shoot rockets at them. Alright, free Affinity.
Consider a
Harmony. So alien aggression level returns to neutral twice as quickly for level 1. Units take 5 damage less from miasma. At level 6, units actually start healing in miasma. And at a level 11, you can call a worm strike operation from covert agents, which is kind of rad. So affinities are really
Because
important.
you've earned an affinity
You have to
point
think
in
about
either
affinity
purity,
from a very
supremacy,
early
or harmony,
moment.
you can now choose an upgrade
For one
your
thing,
soldier unit.
they will
Once you choose
give
an
your,
upgrade,
this is
all
the
of your
primary way
soldiers
for
will
which you
instantly
get
adopt
unit
this upgrade
upgrades.
and change appearance.
And
You can
I like
upgrade
to
additional
get
unit types as you
additional
earn higher
attack
levels of
strength.
affinity.
Marines are pretty good actually in this game. So let's see, I think there was another expedition over here maybe. And all the aliens are starting to show up. And this guy's right here, so you don't want to mess around with him. Excellent, but do the worms make spice? Alright, so we have physics now. So the nice thing about Rangers is that you can just snipe the siege worms from afar, so there is that. So now I'm going to go with chemistry, because then I can get a laboratory and a recycler. Pretty soon I'm going to want to go to ballistics, because then I can get a stellar codex. And I'm just going to keep my worker away from siege worm as much as possible, because it will kill the hell out of my unit if I'm not careful. So, if I'm not mistaken, the fact that I'm going with Harmony means that the aliens will mostly not give me trouble. I hope. I guess we'll find out soon. I apologize, aliens, for anything that I might have done to make you upset. Please don't kill me. I just want to live my life. No, you bastard. How dare you steal my exploration
Venez m'écouter.
Yep, so now I'm starting to be surrounded by aliens. Which is definitely a concern. I'm kind of afraid to attack them, because then they might start attacking me. So maybe I'll just ignore him and see what happens. Okay, so trade colonist. I'm starting on colonist, though unfortunately okay, so they're gonna get that first. Kind of hoping that he doesn't attack me. I figure that maybe if I'm like nice, he won't give me trouble. Nope. Nope, he's attacking me. Crap. You're attacking your own kind! God. That wasn't very nice. derelict settlement right here. It doesn't appear to... But I will keep exploring.
Your explorer has noticed something strange nearby. It could be a ruin, some sort of wreckage, or
Something strange. What did we find? Ah, I should have targeted. Damn it. And time to get my marine back.
They're 4 billion-year-old world's worth of resources.
Alright, so more research. So now we've got rangers, we can build those. We can also build a recycler to help production and trading stuff. So we're moving right along. I like some possibilities. I can get an alien preserve, which will help boost my affinity, which is never hurts. I can get a combat rover. Combat rovers are really good. Plus it'll give me a thorium reactor. I'm leaning toward getting the combat rover, actually. So many of these little choices to make throughout the game. So many aliens. Ugh. It's like, I'm not doing anything to you, man. Might be able to just buy a settler pretty soon. So another quest decision. I can get +5 military production, or just say 5% production for military units, or +1 production just in general. I'm gonna go with +1 production because it never hurts to get +1 production. Fortify for the time being. So the aliens mostly seem to be leaving me alone, which is nice because that would be a real problem. Rockets to the face are the universal greeting for hi. Yeah, okay. Oh crap! Don't eat me. Sorry. No, leave me alone. God, I'm not doing anything to you. I'm being nice. I'm being harmonious with nature. I'm strip mining because I want more production, but just ignore the fact that I'm an invader. Look, I even have a manticore on my side. The manticores are nice. Alright. So, could go for ecology for that ultrasonic fence. And the miasmic repulsor. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. And then we'll research ballistics next so I can get that science and production boost. In the meantime, just trying to keep my marine out of the way so that he doesn't become lunch for that siege worm. about 5 turns until I get a settler. Siege worm's kind of skirting around me, which is nice. Siege worm doesn't care. Siege worm does whatever he wants. Ooh, just start. I can target the siege worm. I don't think I want to make it mad. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like it when I'm angry. More science. More science. And we have mining. Sweet. So 2 until ecology. I'll put my worker to sleep for a couple minutes. Making me nervous with all of this skirting around my territory. Aliens. Well, the only good bug is a dead bug, to quote Starship Troopers.
Our engineering groups have discovered an...
If you, Okay, so I think I can purchase... So I can purchase a miasmic repulsor, which could be helpful. I can get an additional science, also useful. But I'm gonna get this damn fence, just to, like, make sure that... Just to make sure that the aliens don't get anywhere near me. So the ultrasonic fence is useful because that will keep them away from me. I now have a colonist, which is rad. I'm going to build a trade depot so that I can start building up my city. Okay, so we're moving like right along here. And the colony is suggesting over here. Yeah, that'll do. Off we go. And choose research. Unfortunately, I can't build a ranger at the moment. Let's build a stellar codex so that we can get more research. Marines gonna hang out here. Can you re-engineer your vehicles like Alpha Centauri? Wild Weather asks. You can upgrade your vehicles by getting different affinities, and based on whether you choose harmony, supremacy, or purity, your units will get different upgrades. So, not quite. Miasma is a real pain if you don't deal with it. I may just build a miasma satellite, miasma clearing satellite soon, so that I don't have to deal with it anymore. In general, the early strategies of civilization seem to apply. Get your trade routes up. Oh, there's a crash satellite. Sweet. Grab as many like pods and other things to start with. It's maybe wise not to piss off the aliens too much, because if you piss them off, they'll like come after you and in numbers. I have in the past. The closer the better. And I got a free soldier. Sweet. And soldiers are automatically upgraded to Marines in this one. One thing that's worth noting is that when you found a new settlement, a settlement will take some time to actually like build, like several turns actually. So, and one way to make things go faster, which I'm going to help, is by getting a trade convoy and establishing a trade route, which will help it come along quite a bit faster. All right, so we're doing a little bit better. We're doing a little bit better. Another thing to keep in mind is that when your city completes, you get -5 health automatically. So, and you generally don't necessarily want bad health because that will hamper the growth of your cities quite a bit. So, something to keep in mind. No, no, get off it. Get away from stupid blue person.
Namaste. What would you have?
No, she won't. Ugh. Oh, damn it. She's gonna take my... Why would you do that? It's not very nice of you. Should totally declare war for that thing. Go away. Go away. Go away. Yes, precious. Yes. You did not want that exploration thingy. It's my exploration thingy. That's right.
Okay.
That's right. New quest decision. Oh, yes. So, ultrasonic fence. Because I built an extra ultrasonic fence, I now have a quest decision. I can keep the original design, which will give me some repel range, or I can protect my trade convoys, which will help me a lot in the long run. Because eventually the aliens won't be so much of a threat. Yes. Tenda Ashthelian says health equals Civ 5 happiness. Wild Weather wants a hope someone makes a Starship Troopers mod. True that. Chillin'. Now it's a matter of waiting. So, general overview. So, this is going to be our main trading partner. Here is an obvious rival who will probably have to be killed dead at some point. Because they're totally going to spread near me. There are a bunch of alien nests up here, and some guys over here. Because civilization beyond Earth is really, really research intensive, I am going for as much science as humanly possible. Eventually I'm going to get to the point where I can start building science cities. Hooray! More production. And got a crash site. What's my quest decision? We have located the signal's origin. A probe belonging to the Ark crashed in a swamp of xenomass. Okay. Well, we want harmony, so don't risk contamination. Leave the probe behind. Alright, what do the quests say? Find 3 resource pods. Okay, that's 1. Research computing. Kill a siege worm. Remove wreckage. Great. Can I do that?
Your explorer has noticed something strange
Hooray.
nearby. It
Hooray,
could be a
level 2
ruin,
harmony.
some sort of wreckage, or perhaps alien in nature. You should order your
New unit upgrade. Hooray! Upgrade for my gunner. He's like better and stuff. So, production. I want more science. But I also want a gunner. I could probably buy a gunner. But that's like 300 something. Probably better to be able to build a gunner at this point. No. I changed my mind. I think I want that laboratory. It's only 2 turns. Get laboratory sooner. Establish trade route. Grow that faster. So if you are just joining us, we're in the middle of the kind of initial bout of civilization. We're on turn 53.
Oppression,
We've
chaos,
just
and death may come from the
unlocked
barrel of a
ballistics,
gun.
which will give us the Stellar
But
Codex
so
Wonder.
occasionally.
So want to get that wonder going. So for more research, always with the more research. Is there any easy sources of harmony? This will give me an easy source of harmony. Easy-ish. But I want an alien preserve at this point, I think. Or computing. Computing is pretty good. But I'm gonna go with alien preserve because that will help fulfill a quest objective. Golden Bell Temple. Oh, more science in production, please. Oh, and that's quite close too. So, can I build another trade convoy? Not for a little bit. Is there something to explore? Oil. One thing that's worth noting is you can still like mess around with your tiles and everything. Later on, of course, you start getting much better tile improvements. One that is worth mentioning is the Academy, which will give you a lot more science. You can start building kind of a science city. So, because I'm focusing on the Stellar Codex early, I'm a little behind on my third city, but so I'm going for +1 health here rather than plus 15 city points, because health is better. But on the other hand, I'm doing okay in terms of research, so that's good. Wild Weather points out you can get Alpha Centauri on Origin for 499. Oh, another quest. Focus toward... Yeah, more science, please. More science, always good. More production, usually good. So... Unfortunately, not found any more resource pods, but might be worth exploring this way, just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Kind of trying to save up a little money, but unfortunately I'm not making a ton at the moment. I don't have any strategic resources to start. Oh, that's a lot of aliens. Okay. I come in peace. I'm just gonna go over here. I don't want any problems here. Just going about my business. Is So yeah, you can see the alien nest right here. Though it doesn't seem like there's a lot over there. Oh, that's done. So I can start building stuff. And hopefully helping production. So early on, so I can build a cyto nursery to get some extra production, recycler, extra production. Probably want trade routes, because then I can get extra production and I can get trade routes so that I can start building up relatively quickly. That will help production considerably. Yep, now it's down to 5. The trade depot will only take 5 turns instead of 13. And this is the part where after I improve this mine, I can start building a road from my capital city to Kuyen, because then I can, because that will give me a nice little boost in money, which I like. Money's pretty good. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to put them into the chat comments. If you're just joining me, we're on roughly turn 61 of my kind of early look at civilization beyond Earth. We got 2 cities, and we're in the process of researching a wonder so that we can get a nice little boost in production and science. That's about 5 turns from now. And we're going for the Harmony Affinity, because that will help me leverage all of these like nests, alien nests that are around me. I ended up selecting the PAC, or the Pan-Asian Cooperation, because I like being able to have additional production and that sort of thing. The Pan-Asian Cooperative will usually give you, or the Asia will give you lots of nice little production perks and everything, so. Alright, so that's done, so now I can start building a road. And we've almost got our trade depot right here, and then they can start trading with the city-states up there. And life will be good. Doesn't seem like there's anybody who's being particularly aggressive at the moment. And anyway, I'm going for harmony, so do I want production or do I want money? I like money. I like production. Always with the more production. More production! And the cyto nursery will give me production, science, and health. Okay, so our little city here, it is growing. You can't see me, but I'm kind of making the growing gesture at my monitor. And we're gonna start building a road. And that will help us get some more money.
We have discovered...
Sweet. Now I can build an alien preserve and get another level in harmony, I think. So that'll give me improvements. I don't know if I have algae around here. I can never find algae or coral. So robotics is an interesting one because it lets you improve Feraxite. This will give me some in the supremacy affiliation, but I don't necessarily want that. This will give me a lot more science. It might be good to target the ectogenesis pod and the gene garden for genetic design at this point. And then I can get, because it's not a huge priority to get missile rover. That will help me to continue building. Aside from the setting, how different is this from Civ 5 really? Asked Necrak211. Well,
Maui and Hina,
I'd say the
having
biggest
seen
difference.
all the oceans of Earth,
The biggest
raised their
difference
eyes to new
is-
oceans where they still sail.
Yes, thank you. I'd say the biggest difference is the affinities, the harmony, supremacy, and the purity, because that really changes the way that your items or your stuff upgrades. It kind of dictates diplomacy. It's almost like it's like religion a little bit, but it has a much greater impact on the game. So in that regard, it's different. The aliens certainly add a different element to it, and there's no like eras in this version as compared to Civilization. Pharma Lab or Alien Preserve? I'm gonna go with Alien Preserve. That'll give me more culture, so I can build virtues. So it's different in the particulars, but otherwise it is relatively similar to Civ 5. And we have a wonder, so that should help science and the like. Though I should probably start thinking about... shoot. I actually should have started work on another colonist. That was my mistake. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna lose my worker. Yes. Okay. I'm just gonna have to temporarily put the kibosh on that. Ooh, more virtues. Well, I can get production. The production toward workers is certainly a nice bonus. And in fact, I think I won't go with that. Rad, free virtue. Well, this will help my virtues. So we are going to pretty soon be starting in on our I just built a trade convoy. We're going to be getting our third city pretty soon. A little behind, but could certainly be worse. For one thing, the computer is pretty passive in the early going in this version. So, especially at this difficulty level, which is basically medium. So, for the most part, it doesn't seem like I have to worry too much about being invaded or something. And anyway, as long as I have my third city before turn 100, I should be fine. Tough. God, I'm stupid. can see why miasma is such a pain. It means that you have to watch your workers really carefully. Let's see. Science and energy. I like science and energy. This will give me this will give me production. Short. There's far base 1. Oh yes. I'm lucky because I'm surrounded by like a lot of different trade outposts, which certainly helps things. And we have a new settler. Where should Mr. Settler go? Computer wants me to go down there. But there's some like fungus and basalt over here. Fruit. But there's like Faraxi down here. That would isolate my city. I could also go up here. And I think I will. I think I'm gonna go up there. Because I don't want to be isolated by mountains. I'm going to build a miasmic repulsor. Because I am sick of freaking miasma. Still do not have my first gunner. I should have my first gunner at this point. In fact, I think I'm gonna buy a gunner. If I can. Or I'll buy a combat rover. I'll take a combat rover. Combat rovers are really good. Once you get to the next level, you can...
Venga, volvámonos más ricos.
Really? You want me to pay taxes? Ah, he's gonna be mad at me now. But screw him. I can take care of myself. Just ignore me, alien. That's not good. They should... Trying to avoid any possible situation where I lose my settler, because that would be a little embarrassing. Hey, what are you doing over here? Screw you. Go away.
Chodź poznakomimся. W prostych słowach, пожалуйста.
Oh.
Proszę proszczenia.
He's not happy. Now he's mad at me. God damn it. Okay, well, I may be at war sooner rather than later with him. But if he does settle a city near me, I can always take it over and have a free, happy city. Okay, we're back to being healthy again, which is awesome. And I can get... Oh, I should probably build an exogenesis thingy soon. And we'll build another trade route. So I can build an exogenesis pod now. So I can target cognition, which will give me an academy. That would be very good in about 15 turns. I could go for fabrication, which will greatly improve my production. There are geothermal wells. Floatstone aquariums, alien sciences. I'm actually going to go for alien sciences because that will give me access to xenomass wells. And I can continue building toward having better harmony. Ooh, another resource pod. Rad.
You have finished construction on the unit.
So I just got a satellite, and I'm going to launch it.
This is the
Clear
orbital
some
view.
of this annoying
It displays
miasma.
the effect areas of.
So now it's above, and it will clear out the miasma and hopefully not kill my alien. God, it's a lot of aliens. Please don't kill it. Like attack my soldiers instead. Ugh, that's a lot of aliens. I might have just made a horrible mistake. If I did not make a horrible mistake, alien. I'm hoping they like me. Guess we'll find out in a sec. God, that's a lot of aliens. Aliens are everywhere in this game. Yep. Yep, I just lost my settler. Because I am a moron. I am a moron. I am a freaking moron. I was too aggressive, and now they are dead. Great. Well, that was stupid. Yeah. Yeah, Skewer 13, sad face. God. Well, if this were a regular game, I'd probably restart at this point. This is why you save, folks. This is why you save. But it just goes to show, like, how aliens can be a real problem in this game. It was a little finishing up in about 10 minutes. He fought valiantly. Poor Marines.
When you meet a new neighbor,
Adopt wildlife.
if you can,
Level 3 in Harmony.
touch a siege
Oh,
worm as it
sweet.
moves
Now I can
by.
take
That will
5
teach you all
HP
you
less
need to
damage
know
from
about the
miasma.
insignificance of...
So only 5 damage instead of like 10. And I get armor, strength. I like this one for attacking fortified units. So that's much stronger now. Sorry, I'm still pissed because I lost my settler. Ugh. So dumb. Alright, well, we're still largely okay. At the very least, we're chugging right along with our research. So some stuff down here, a Markov equips. We'll give you a lot more science and stuff. So will computing, which is what I'm going to research next, because computing is awesome. Production is over here with robotics, plus if you're going for supremacy, then it'll unlock the ability to mine Feraxite. In general, when I'm researching things, I try and go for research as much as humanly possible so that I can really quickly, so that I can build a technological edge on my opponents. Grump. Kono, this is why I have autosave enabled to spam worthy levels on Civ 5. Yeah. Generally, if you want an easier time of it, it's best to start on a map where there aren't a lot of nests around, or the nests are kind of far away. I have another game going where I had a lot of open space and not too many rivals around me, so I had a somewhat easier time of it.
एक और एक 11 होते हैं.
Yeah, she's friendly. She likes me because she's probably going to eventually go Harmony. Now that I have an armored vehicle, these armored vehicles are really amazing for taking out aliens. Quite helpful. And I just got another upgrade to my science, so I'm moving down this tree pretty fast. I don't want to piss off the aliens.
एक और एक 11 होते हैं.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, let's have open borders. That's cool. So, quests. I can build an expedition at Cross Site.
Your explorer has noticed something
It's generally
strange.
good to keep an eye on the quests. Research and computing, that's on the way. Kill siege unit. Fresh specimens, kill 10 aliens. But I don't necessarily want to kill aliens. Because harmony. Hooray, computing. So this is where the city-state wants basically for me to destroy another city-state. Build a spy agency. Covert operations are fairly important in this game. So let's see. If I do this, I can get an additional harmony. But I'd rather have cognition, because then that will give me a lot more science. And now I can start building networks in my cities. So, by and large, aside from the fact that I lost my settler and my army's not very big, because I've been kind of going all in on research. I'm not doing terribly. And if I suddenly had an issue with somebody wanting to get aggressive on me, I can start building a lot of units pretty quick. Like combat rovers and rangers in particular. So it's not a total loss. And she built the exogenesis pod because I was waiting too long for that. That is what happens when you are not careful about building wonders. Well, so that is pretty much it for the first, like, 90 turns of Civilization. Didn't go quite as well as I had hoped, but usually by now you want at least 3 cities and an okay-ish army, and you want to be going for the higher level research stuff so that you can start really going in on the higher level units. Some things to remember is to keep an eye on your quests, to pick an affinity early on and build it up as much as possible, to not go completely crazy with its expansion early. I find 3 or 4 cities is usually pretty good to start, and then if you want more cities, then you can start taking over enemies. And and you want to target strategic sources like, or you want to start targeting tile improvements like Academy, so that you can get better science. And you want to be able to improve stuff like xenomass wells, which can be found in these like alien nests, because they help if you are in Harmony. And finally, victory conditions are really science-oriented, so it's a good thing to pay attention to. So, in any case, this has been kind of the early going of Civ Beyond Earth. I hope you enjoyed it. My review is going to be up in a couple days in US Gamer, so feel free to drop by. We archive all of our streams on YouTube, and we stream for US Gamer every day, or every Tuesday and every Thursday. On Thursday, we're going to be streaming Castlevania, because that's going to be our retro stream. Thanks for sticking around as I built up my little mini empire here. And I hope that you will keep following us here on Twitch TV. Just if you like the stream, follow below. So for US Gamer, I've been Cat Bailey, and check us out at usgamer.net, and I'll be seeing you again. Have a good day.